This episode is about the finance industry as a whole, but more specifically, get-rich-quick scheme. Now, I want you to have a clear understanding of what exactly I'm talking about when I say get-rich-quick scheme. So, before we go anywhere, let me show you something. On November 27th, 2019, I posted a video talking about fake gurus scamming.
Change your life forever.
Now, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not promising you that tomorrow you're gonna be able to go out and buy a Lamborghini.
Listen, this isn't a magic money machine. I'm not promising instant wealth.
Jeff, seeing how your life is now, it's hard to believe that before you discovered your shortcuts, you were dead broke living in your...
And since then, my video has done extremely well considering the size of my channel. We just passed 11,000 on our way to 12. And the other day, someone left a comment saying I was copying James. I'll post his channel up here. I'm assuming that's because I checked my analytics and his video is doing really well, and that's causing my video to do really well. The majority of my views have been just runoff from his video, so it makes sense that some people might think that I copied him. Even though I posted mine 6 months ago, he posted his 3 months ago, but that's besides the point. I decided, you know what, I'll copy him, I'll copy his intro, I'll copy his style. I'm not going to sit here and debate whether or not I copied someone when I posted my video first, but that doesn't matter, and that's not why you're here. I think it's important that as many people as possible talk about fake gurus scamming. And I also realize every single video is going to be different. There's going to be a bunch of different perspectives and a bunch of different ideas. My video had a lot of nuance missing from it. A lot of stuff that he covers in his video isn't in my video, and a lot of stuff that I cover aren't stuff that he covers in his, because we were talking about the same subject just from different perspectives. I thought I'd take this chance today to go watch his video and react to it and see if I agree with him and if I actually was copying the guy that I posted my video before. And before we get started, I'd also like to say I've read every single one of your comments. I've read all the constructive criticism, I've read all the positive comments, and I've also read just the negative comments that actually add nothing to the conversation. I appreciate every single one of them. They've helped me readjust the way that I talk about this very serious subject matter. And I also realize I need to add more context to a lot of things. That's the thing about the world. When you put an idea out, you have to be willing to reshape your idea based on the feedback that you get back. I still stand by everything I said in that video. But yes, let's hop into this video.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge. In fact, I'm a lot more proud of these 7 new bookshelves that I had to get installed to hold...
On September the 3rd, 2015, Tai Lopez released his infamous Here in My Garage ad.
Alright, right off the bat, we both start our videos off with Tai Lopez. I think that's because we're both, great minds think alike. I realize Tai Lopez is probably the most notorious get-rich-quick scammer, or the get-rich-quick guru. Of course, we're going to put him at the beginning of our video. It's the same reason why I put Gary Vaynerchuk in the thumbnail. It's to get people interested in watching the video. So props to him. His intro is honestly way cooler than mine. I threw in, I think, Tony Robbins. Someone got mad about that. I threw in Dean Graziosi, I think, and Kevin David, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember exactly. But this intro is actually sick. I think I might steal that for the beginning of this intro.
People kind of memed it. It was a joke.
Dude, go the fuck off, man. Stop harassing me, dude.
Here in my garage.
Here in my garage.
Even though it blew up on YouTube, everybody was being filled with all of his advertisements on, here I am in my garage, here's my bookcase, what do I care most about?
Knowledge.
But what people don't realize is Tai Lopez paved the way for an invasion of what you can call internet online gurus.
I see where he's coming from with this, but I think there's a difference between paving the way and just being first. And that might be confusing, but this is kind of where I stand. Fake gurus, the guru movement, has been around long before the internet. It's been around long before television. Gurus just adjust, just like how businesses change their model when different marketing tools come about. Fake gurus do the exact same thing. Tai Lopez was just the first to kind of take advantage of that and squeeze it to its full extent, right? With or without Tai Lopez, we'd still be seeing a rush of these gurus online, especially because Being a guru in 2020 is way easier than it's ever been. You don't need to buy television space. You don't need to rent an office. You just need a laptop, internet connection, and that's pretty much it. That's all you need to get started to be a fake guru in 2020. I don't think Tai Lopez paved the way. I won't give him that much credit. I just think he was first. I think he's just the first notable guy who did it. When you say guru, fake guru, internet guru, Tai Lopez 100% comes to mind. That's the reason why I put him in my intro.
Money related topics, business, entrepreneurship, self-development. At this point, they're in so many different niches I can't keep count, but you will probably be flooded with at some point an ad with them talking straight at you into a camera, telling you that sign up to my free training.
Free training that I'm giving you an invitation to.
It's like a copy and paste. At first, it seems a bit harmless, but some of these people are earning millions and millions and millions. And then when you really look into it and you realize a lot of these people have a cult-like following.
This is something I wish I touched more on in my actual video. Why is this such a problem? Problem really lies with, first of all, that they market this to. The fact that they don't market anything worth of value. They build a cult-like following. I mean, if you look at someone like Tony Robbins, which I didn't include in my video because I think he's way bigger than just a get-rich-quick scammer. He has these events and these programs. It looks exactly like a cult. That's how these guys make their money. Making millions of dollars selling false information to clueless, desperate people who don't have the means to pay for it. It's honestly sick. So far, I'm really enjoying this video. I could see why that one guy was upset. Yeah, this video is a lot better than mine. I'm sorry, I'm just a stupid fucking kid who decided to make content about something that happened to me. I didn't even have a mic. I just barely got my camera. I'm learning here, okay guys? I'm learning. Take it easy on me.
Is Dan Locke a cult? Yes or no? Is High Ticket Closer a cult? Yes or no?
Yes.
And then you realize that they're not really trying to teach you anything. You see, the main goal is to keep you hooked on their products.
I agree with that 100%. They're not trying to teach you anything because if they teach you, they lose a revenue stream. Every person that they teach and they actually become successful is just one person who is no longer going to funnel money back into the guru's pockets. It's just like a cult. A cult is never actually trying to enlighten you. It's never actually trying to teach you the ways to be happy and successful. It's trying to keep you indoctrined forever, because that's how a cult's going to survive, is if you're indoctrined to them forever. The second that you open your eyes and you break free, that's when they lose you. So these guys hate people like me, hate people like this guy, hate people like CoffeeZilla. We pull the curtain down and we expose the bullshit.
Program your mind to think that you need the next thing and the next thing that they release and the next thing after that, all while smiling and happily taking out your credit card and swiping it whilst giving them millions and making you poorer or in more debt. So, do you want to learn how to replicate it all?
I like this video a lot. Oh man, I have to really up the game with this next video because this video is amazing. Oh my god. Obviously, this is just a play to expose just how bullshit these courses are. He's not actually trying to teach people how to do this. It's just going to expose how easy it is, because there is literally a formula to this. It's like math, right? You have certain variables that are going to be exactly the same. It's literally like they cut and pasted them. So let's see what he says.
It can be anything. It can be preferably a fad, something like cryptocurrency.
Let's talk about Bitcoin.
Or it's drop shipping.
I touched on this in my last video about how I got scammed out of $600. Well, the person that I spent my money on was Ted McGrath. It was about how to teach you how to scam yourself, right? Teach you how to build a course and bring people into that course is what he was teaching you. It's a very exact blueprint. It's like the business model canvas, just the scammer model canvas. Think of it as like the scammer model canvas, right? Pick your niche, you find your audience, you pick your story, and then you market. Like that's pretty much it. You know, let's see the steps. I like what he's doing here. I really do. I like this video a lot.
Or Amazon FBA.
Quick and easy steps to start selling on Amazon FBA right away.
Or it's consulting.
I started my consulting business from scratch and then grew it to the point right now
where I'm making more than $20 million per year with.
Or it's real estate.
Are you looking to invest in property? Or maybe not even invest in property, but escape your job and have more time?
Or it's sales.
How to succeed in sales.
The really shitty thing about this is those methods that he mentions work. Like Amazon FBA, that's a legitimate business. Shopify dropshipping, legitimate business. Consulting, legitimate business. Real estate, a legitimate business. Real estate's one of the best ways to create wealth in America. The thing is these people, they take these real things and they know nothing about these subjects and they market it like it's super easy, like anyone can do it, and they overcharge you for that false information, and they taint these real business models because they make it seem so easy. So these people are marketing it like it's easy, like anyone can do it. Like, oh, you're not doing this? Well, my 10-year-old son did it, so you should be able to do it too. Like, it's not realistic. I hate that so much.
Preferably it's something to do with wealth or health or relationships, something that you can really target people's insecurities and their dreams.
You can actually earn a living without working a job.
And I've helped more than 3,000 people from all around the world quit their jobs.
And I'm gonna show you step by step how my students are earning 6 and even 7 figures working from their laptops from home.
That's the most essential part of this.
And the only people that are going to be interested in this stuff are people who are desperate, are people who don't have money, are people who don't have strong incomes. It's exactly my same issue with self-help stuff, right? Who's going to be interested in self-help stuff, in these self-help retreats? It's people who need it. I know, it's weird. It's weird. Like they need help. And then the people that come and offer it are just people trying to take advantage of them, at least a lot of them, because people who are vulnerable are more likely to believe anyone. These guys are really good at building ethos, right? Building that credibility. Tai Lopez, he surrounds himself with a bunch of famous people because that makes him look legitimate. And when someone who's legitimate and has exactly what you want is telling you, this is what you have to do to get there, but first you have to buy my program, you're gonna buy that program, especially if you don't know anything about business. Desperate to make money.
Doesn't matter if you really don't know what you're talking about. You can hire an expert, get them to write a script, and you can read it out to a video camera.
They approached MJ and they were like, hey, can you make part of our course for us? Because I to be clear, I don't know why, but my guess is they don't know what they're doing on Amazon.
Preferably you have a little bit of experience so you can give some general knowledge out there that can probably be found in a book, or if you Google searched it. Again, guys, it doesn't matter about what is in the course. That's not what's important here. What's important is how you market it.
Like I said before, marketing is the most important part to this. If you can market online, you can sell any sort of course. It doesn't matter what's inside of it, because they don't know what's inside of it before they purchase, right? That's my thing, right? You sell this course and then you make getting their money back impossible. There's literally no regulation on this right now. As I'm making this video, this isn't regulated by the government. Because of capitalism, these guys are protected. They're like, well,
you made the purchase. I said not everyone's going to be successful with this. I said if you're not going to put in the work, you're not going to be successful. So obviously you didn't put in the work, you didn't follow my program. So obviously that's why you're not successful.
They put in the smallest disclaimers that just incentivize people to go further in.
Now, this isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. I'm not promising you that tomorrow you're gonna be able to go out and buy a Lamborghini. What I am telling you is it can happen faster than you think if you know the proven steps.
They use that to cover their asses so they don't get sued. Tai Lopez is one of the best marketers on the internet, and that's exactly why he's so dangerous. Watch what they're doing, not what they're saying, and that's how you're gonna make the money, right? If you can make millions of dollars just for marketing, maybe that's something that you should learn.
You want to start by running some YouTube ads, some Facebook ads, Instagram ads, like wherever the hell you can find people who are young enough and probably in a vulnerable position to where they want to buy into wherever the hell you're selling. Sell a dream.
You can make enough money to be financially free.
Watching this, it's taking me back to the place I was in when I bought that bullshit course that I bought. When you're on the outside looking in, it's like, how could you fall for this? Like, it's all the same, but then it's also like, when you're in it, right? When you're actually trying to make ends meet, you're really vulnerable for this stuff, because like, right, you know, success is possible. You've seen people be successful. You've seen people rise from nothing to everything. And you want to believe that's possible for you so bad. You want it so bad for yourself. You'll do anything to pull yourself out of your situation, to pull your family out of that situation. Well, if all I have to do is buy your course, then I'll do that. And it's so hard because these guys, like, they relate to you. They put themselves on your level and say, I was where you're
at, and now look where I am because I did these things that you can do too.
You know, I always thought, okay, how can I get to the next level? I felt stuck, I felt scared, I felt alone in my business. I didn't know how to get to the next level. I had no experience, and I was always afraid of how I was going to actually make the money to either help my family or help my friends or to live the life that I want. And
one of the things that pisses me off the most.
Traveling around the world.
I've been able to do some really cool stuff, travel the world.
And it's all there for you if you just click the link below and sign up to my
free training.
Register for that training.
I'm gonna give you this for free.
The goal with this ad is to hook them in. You want to really dig into their emotion. Sure, I'll click your link. Got them. This is where they enter your webinar, your free live event, they buy your free book, whatever it is. Make sure you keep it a little lengthy.
Dean Graziosi. He has his free book.
I already paid for the book. Yes, I ask you to cover the shipping and handling.
Free book. Just pay for shipping. Just pay almost $9 for shipping. His free book. Kevin David, you have the free live webinar. They're even lying about the fact that their webinars are live. It's like right there, you're lying to me. I know your webinar is not live. And they're still making all this money. I read the ClickFunnels book. Well, I watched some of it. It wasn't that great of a book. He explains like the first step to marketing is you lead them in with the sweet offer, right? He gives this example. The dentist leads you in with the free teeth cleaning. When you're there, he says, oh, you need a teeth whitening. Okay, I'll pay for the teeth whitening. I don't want yellow teeth. And then when you already did that, he's like, oh, you know what? You should probably get a retainer to straighten out your teeth. He just upselled you twice, and you just went in for a free cleaning. So going in for the free things is where you always get snagged, because once you start to invest a little bit, that's when they start to get you to invest a lot. Because once you give, it just becomes a lot more easier for you to give and give. It's psychology, really.
The longer it is, the more time they get to spend with you, and the more trust they build towards you, and the higher the chance that you can sell them on higher priced courses. Another thing is make sure they're not distracted. If you want to make sure that their whole attention is focused on you in this webinar, in this moment.
Turn off the social media to tell your family, leave me alone.
I actually watched this ad by Dean Graziosi. I came this far into Dean Graziosi's webinar. Yeah, they do this. They're like, if you can, please do not use your phone. We want you completely engaged. Use your desktop. Turn off all distractions, because we need you 100% focused.
Because this exact training has changed literally thousands of lives, and it can do the same for you.
Now, hold up. You're probably saying, but James, I don't have any information to tell them. What do I teach these people? Come on. We're not trying to teach them anything in these webinars. The goal of the webinar is to make them ask even more questions, and the goal after that, and the main goal...
Yeah, he's 100% right. You go to a webinar, you're just going to walk away more confused. Why would they give you the information for free? Think about it. They spend money to run these ads. They spend money hoping to make a profit. They're not going to make a profit if they give you all of their secrets in the webinar. They're not even going to... If they even give you one secret in the webinar, they're not going to make anything.
Is to get them to buy your course. Got it? Now you want to tell them your backstory, your sob story. Tell them that you're just like them. And
the most effective sales tool is stories, right? Because how do people communicate? The best way to communicate with someone is through a story. Through a story, you can get them to understand you, to rationalize where you're coming from, and to really get the full picture. So if you can tell them a story that pulls on their emotions, you can get them in an emotional state. You can also let them understand what you're trying to do. And that will just make things so much easier for you when you try to have them convert and turn them into a dollar sign. And a lot of stories, I'm guessing, aren't even real. And like, anyone can take a story and turn it into in the moment that changed their life, right?
You were poor and there wasn't anything special about you.
I never got very good grades at all. In fact, I was below average. And pretty much the only thing I was good at was hanging out with my friends and drinking beers.
Growing up,
like, look at that. Like, all of these guys, their biggest sales pitch is, I was a loser, so buy my shit because I'm no longer a loser. Like, no, you're still a loser. You're just a loser who figured out how to make money off of other people's misfortunes.
Tell them how you hated your job, how you were stuck in the rat race.
I would literally drive an hour to work each day.
I was working as an accountant, working 80 hours a week, depressed.
What you need to do is you need to sound like you're in the position that they're in at that current point in time. And if you've done your YouTube ads right, then you've probably attracted the most vulnerable of these people.
Then believe me, there was other failures in between, times when I didn't sleep for months on end, up all night stressed.
People who are broke and people who really want to make money.
What's so inspiring about the American dream is the fact that anybody can do it, right? It gives us hope that we can do it too. So now they're taking that hope and that dream and that desire, and now they're finding a way to monetize it. And that's also my issue with gurus, because instead of being that source of inspiration, they're now that source of deprivation. Damn, that kind of hit, dude.
You are young and naive enough to feel like the course can get them to that point. Those are our ideal targets.
Am I going to be that broke kid and be like everybody else in my family? Or am I going to finally step out? I felt it. I knew there was more. Like, you know there's more. Sometimes you just don't have the path and the plan.
It's also important to note that you want to rewire their mentality and their mind.
There is no 100% set path to success. They need a path. They need a plan. And that's what gets people from getting started. Your plan should be, let me start this right now and just take the hurdles as they come. Like, yeah, you should prepare. Financially speaking, you should prepare before you do stuff, but there's no 100% plan. Things will come up, and if you're not adaptable, you're never going to be successful.
Mindset. Tell them that money is abundant.
Money never goes away. Here's the thing, it's not scarce. You need to spend more energy on how to generate the money, not save it. It's not going away.
They get you to a place where you're willing to spend all that money on the course because you're like, well, this money is worthless to me unless I actually put it to work. It's so frustrating because it's like, what are you going to do when you actually try to go start dropshipping or go try to start Amazon FBA and you spent your seed money on a course telling you you don't need seed money? Like, how are you gonna buy your products for Amazon FBA if you spend it all on a fucking course teaching you about Amazon FBA? How are you gonna buy ads if you spend all your ad money on a course teaching you about how to run ads? It makes no sense, dude. It makes no sense. But when you're in it, it feels like it's everything.
Tell them that there's so much money out there, guys, so that when it comes to the point where you give them the price of your course, in their heads, the objection of, oh, it's too expensive is already overcome. But here's the thing. You want to tell them that they have to put in the work, right? You want to tell them that they need to be responsible for what they do.
I'm only looking for people.
Oh my, this dude is speaking facts. If they put the blame on you, they'll never be at risk. How are you going to sue someone when he said it's up to you whether you're successful or not before you purchased what he was selling? Imagine that. Imagine if you went to the hardware store and they sold you like some bullshit equipment and they're like,
you know what, before you purchase this, you need to know it's up to you if this works or not, okay? We're not liable. That's 100% on you. If this piece of equipment that we sell you doesn't work, that's your fault, just so you know.
Weird, but okay. And then you get home, it doesn't work. You can't blame them. I mean, they gave you the disclaimer.
When they buy your course and it doesn't work for them, you want to make sure that they're not blaming you. That they're telling themselves, you know what, it's my fault that this didn't work. Now, you want to go in for the hard sell. Show them testimonials of previous students who have gone on your course. Say, look, here's Johnny and he made 100 grand in his first month of doing it.
This is something else that someone brought up and that I'll address right now. All right, if you just look at the math, right, you sell a course to 100,000 people. What's the likelihood that at least one of them is going to be lucky and actually find success doing what you're teaching? So you're going to cherry pick those success stories and you're going to use them to sell more bullshit courses when the majority of your students are unhappy or what you say hasn't worked for them.
Make it sound easy. Easy, easy, easy.
You don't have to have any experience to get started. You don't have to have any tech skills or buy any software. You don't need your own product.
No matter your age, no matter where you live, no matter your circumstances, can create a full-time income.
But it's not a get-rich-quick scheme, guys. Make sure you don't say it's a get-rich-quick scheme. Say everything but it's that.
Listen, if anybody ever told you it was easy to get rich, it's literally as simple as buying products for $1 and selling them on Amazon.com. They're selling you something and they're lying to you, right? Start earning passive income from Amazon, sometimes even 30 days or less.
But hold on. Some of these people still have a bit of a rational part in their brain, which we don't want. Some of them are probably thinking, it seems a bit too expensive to buy a £2,500 course. I don't really think I can afford that. So here's what you want to do. You want to create scarcity.
100% agree with that. Scarcity is just marketing. Scarcity goes as far back as marketing does. You see car salesmen, right? They're like, we only have so many cars available. Get yours now while supplies last. They add that sense of urgency to push you to the sale. This is just really 101 marketing, but like I really like this video and the way he's explaining it all. He's really diving into it, and he's really showing how that marketing comes into play in these courses. Like this is a phenomenal video, dude. If you watch this, James, 100% respect to you, bro. This is a great video.
So if you want to get these additional bonuses, you need to join now. And if you're going to think about it, you're going to miss out on this.
For people on this webinar today only, I'm going to do it for $1,999.
When you see stuff on sale, sometimes they really are just trying to move product. But when it comes to online gurus and online courses, anytime you see a sale, it was $6,000, but now it's $1,999. You will never be able to find their course for the full price, because the full price isn't the actual price. How's something being sold at a discount when every time you go to buy it, it's being sold at that discount?
You can tell them it's okay to finance it with their credit cards or whatever the hell.
The money. If the money is the biggest hurdle, but if you have the desire, if you have the time, if you have the willingness, we have an option for you. You can actually use PayPal credit, and you can actually get started for almost little to no money down. It's essentially free today.
But why stop there?
You know, I've been doing a lot of research into Tony Robbins right now because I'm making my next video about him, and these guys don't stop at the course. They want to squeeze as much money out of you as possible. So the $2,000 course, the $1,000 course, that's a low-hanging fruit for these guys. What about their events? What about their private retreats? All of those cost way more than these courses, and all of those they're going to try to pitch to you. You can compare this to a cult 100%.
Remember, our goal is to get them hooked on our products. You want to create your ladder. It's not just about the course. The course is the first step. The next step is selling them the mastermind program, which is like £200 a month. The next one after that is selling them to your live event, which is £300 a month.
People think, oh, it's only a course. It's only $2,000. First of all, a lot of people don't have $2,000. I'm sorry to say it. I mean, that gives me zero pleasure. This is why I do the show.
That's right.
$26,000. Are you listening, everyone?
That's crazy. This guy lost $26,000. And someone in my comments said that they gave Dean Graziosi 10 grand and got absolutely nothing from it. And that's my issue here. It's a lot more than just $1,000 that these guys are stealing. I'm going to call it stealing, because if you have to lie to make your money, you're stealing. I don't care, dude. You are lying to people, deceiving people, and you're stealing from them. You're not giving them anything of value, and you're lying to them about what they're going to get, and you're going to sell them bullshit.
Make them feel special at your live event and tell them they're all doing well and you're all going to be successful. Trust your guru.
Yeah, we got absorbed into Dan Locke's program.
Of course, you don't tell them the truth. We've sold them a dream and sold them our courses that aren't really going to get them there. But I guess you're sitting back there in your mansion, sipping your champagne and wondering, man, I wonder how none of these people have said anything yet. If you remember correctly, we told them that they are responsible for their own actions. So each course that they buy and each failure that they get, they are the ones that feel like they're completely responsible.
A lot of people can be like, dude, you know, well, that's your fault for quitting your job. But hey, I'm one of hundreds, if not thousands of people in that program who did the same thing. Everyone.
This is actually starting to get a little bit emotional for me watching this. This is exactly why I filmed and created the video that I made back in November, because it's so hard to speak up against this stuff. You know, it's like when I called my dad and told him, like, I was ashamed. When I asked him for help on what to do, I was ashamed. I didn't want to call him and tell him that I just spent $600 of my money. Never told my mom. She's working 2 jobs and I'm out here blowing $600 on a stupid course. There's so much shame and just doubt that goes into this. And so it's hard for people to speak up. 100%, it's hard. How many people want to stand up and say, hey, I'm a dumbass and I bought a course from a guy that was a scammer? It's exactly why once people get out of a pyramid scheme, they're not going to go around and be like, oh yeah, I was in a pyramid scheme, guys, gang, gang, gang. And that's why I made my video. Because if you got scammed, if you fell for one of these guys, that doesn't mean that you're less of a person. That doesn't mean that you don't know what you're doing. Doesn't mean that you're stupid. That doesn't mean you're a sucker. Doesn't mean you can't think for yourself. It just means that you wanted more from your life. It means that you weren't happy with your circumstance and you thought that might have been a way out. Because when you're so desperate, when you have nothing, when you see no way out of your circumstance and someone comes through and they come through with the way out, you're going to take that and you're going to take it smiling, my guy. You're going to do whatever you can to hold on to that. Because what that is, it's not just a course, it is hope. It is the hope that one day you can provide for the people you love. The hope that one day you can provide a better life for yourself and the people around you. The hope that one day you can actually live your dreams and be more than just what you are right now. Every single person in my comments out here calling people suckers, you do not understand what it's like to have nothing at all, nothing to hold on to, and just wanting so bad to have a way out. So if you have been affected by one of these scammers, if you have fallen into one of their traps, if you have spent your hard-earned money in one of these bullshit courses, I want you to know that I feel you. I'm right there with you, man. I was there too. My life was going so bad, man. I was depressed. Everything felt like it was slipping away. I had absolutely nothing but a shitty job, man, and a bunch of bills. I saw the business model and it made complete sense to me. Dropshipping, yeah, of course that worked. And then when I got on the phone with that lady and she told me that my story was amazing and that I was unique and that I would meet Ted and I'd find success doing what they were trying to say, and that it would be so easy and it would happen almost instantly, and within the year I could change my life and be that person that I wanted to be, and I could actually help people. When she told me that, I wanted so badly to believe her. I knew in the back of my mind, I shouldn't do this, don't trust it, never trust it. But that want, that desperation, it just put me over the edge, man. I feel you if you've been in this situation. And that's exactly why I make content about this shit. Because it's bigger than just myself. It's bigger than just you. It's bigger than Dean Graciosi or fucking Tai Lopez. It's real people out there getting affected, and it's real people that are struggling, that are hurting. So like, you may disagree with me on a lot of this, but I'm just out here trying to tell my story. And no, I'm not gonna charge you to hear the full edition.
A lot of people are ashamed. That's why a lot of people don't come forward. Oh yeah, there are people watching right now who aren't gonna come forward.
One of these guys I knew that was struggling, he handed his credit card over to Dan Locke's lackeys. And he said, I'm praying that this goes through. And it didn't. It got declined. And he just melted on the floor. He was crying. And then another guy was like, I got declined too. He's like, man, if I could sell my soul right now, I would.
Sure, some of these people are in debt and they've fallen out with their friends because after all, you told them to kick out the negative people. And their family thinks they're part of some cult. It doesn't matter at the end of the day. You got your millions, right? You can sit back.
Going down the path of trying to make money online and running into all these gurus, it really does become a lonely, isolating path. At least for me, it became my every single day. Like every single moment I was up trying to make the perfect store, trying to make the perfect ad, trying to find the perfect product, trying to find the right video that would have that little nugget of information that I needed to keep on going. It's way more serious than people give it credit for, 100%.
Enjoy it and watch your webinar and your courses all sell themselves. The thing is, I don't really have anything against online courses. I think online courses are amazing. In fact, they taught me to edit the video that you're watching right now. They taught me a lot about marketing. They taught me about personal finance. But the kind of courses that I'm talking about, they're not thousands of pounds. Most of them I got on Udemy and they're like 10 quid here and there. About probably in total I spent £200 on online courses. They're not trying to sell me a dream. They're not trying to tell me I'm essentially going to get rich quick. And that's kind of the problem.
Yeah, I agree with him 100%. Like, there's nothing wrong with courses in and of themselves. It's just when you start to build a cult around a course and then your course actually provides no value and you use the cult-like mindset to sell your course and sell things beyond your course, that's when I have an issue with it. I don't have an issue with course. I have an issue with the people selling that shit.
With I think a lot of these internet gurus, aside from all of the moral standpoints, it's more about the fact that they're really cheapening what an online course is and how good online education can be. So the next time you kind of come across these gurus or someone that sells you a course for thousands, really question whether the value that they give you in that course is worth that money, because the chances are you can find any of this information in a book or just doing your own YouTube searching, which is probably where they got the information from anyway. What's important to always look out for is what they're telling me the method in which they got rich themselves. And with most of these people selling the online course, it just probably isn't.
That's a very good one, and I think it's also, like, where'd I put my board? I think it's also very important to look out for if it's too easy, if it's not factual, and if there's not enough context in what they're telling you. And also, if they're copying other people, if they're flexing's a big one. That's also, like, those are also big factors to look out for. I'll finish the video, don't get me wrong, I'll watch the video all the way through, but I think this is a good time to stop my video, because it's kind of getting really long. I'm glad this video's out. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm glad he's doing so well, and his success is rubbing off on me a little bit. And this kind of just makes me want to up my ante. It makes me want to make better content, because watching this, my scamming guru video is nothing compared to this. This is way better than anything I could have even thought to create, especially back then. But yeah, this is good. This is just inspires me to make better content, especially for that Tony Robbins video I was talking about. I'm hoping to bring some of this amazing quality into mine. Of course, I'm not going to copy him. We have completely different personalities, completely different styles. Watching this just reminded me how much I care about this topic and why I started making content about this in the first place. And I think I'm gonna really start making more content about this kind of stuff. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you haven't seen James' video, just make sure to go check it out. With that said, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. Go check out my Spotify playlist if you have not already. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye.
I'm so fucking empty. That's why I was able to let you in, because there was no me to not let you in. Never a matter of if, but a matter of when. That's why it's so hard to keep smiling, but I think I might just stop crying, cause I miss you so much. It's a new Monday, so it's really kinda tough.